Okay guys, this is what I'm making. It's called Unstuffed Cabbage Casserole. By the way, this is Lisa. Sorry. I am going to do a little bit of a quick cooking tutorial. Now, I make this recipe, Unstuffed Cabbage Casserole. It's my mom's recipe. She created it herself. You might actually find something similar to it on the internet. We've been making it for about 25 years. It's something that we love. I'm altering it. Okay, you can see that right here it calls for raw rice. Instead, I'm using brown rice and quinoa. Quinoa, if you don't know what it is, I got these on sale, sorry. Quinoa is high in fiber. For a 1/4 cup dry, it's 6 grams of protein. You can see the stats on it. The other thing I'm using, and I don't have the stats on it because we are a family that buys in bulk. This is brown rice, okay? Sorry, I'm also fixing pot pie for my family, chicken pot pie. I can share the recipe with that too if you'd like. Matter of fact, it is right here on the reverse side of this. It's super easy. The very bottom it says brown and bubbly, sorry. Anyway, that's for my chicken pot pie recipe. I make things in advance and I freeze them in serving size portions just for my family and I. It's super easy. Here are the ingredients for my unstuffed cabbage casserole. I've got seasonings here. I've got some basil, some garlic powder. Oh, there's our scriptures, sorry. Creole seasoning. This is high in sodium. However, you're not really using anything else with sodium in it. Now, what I've done, I have already added my rice and quinoa into my Pampered Chef Stone, which I freaking love. Now, next, I'm going to add in my cabbage. And I have the hiccups. And next, I'm going to add in my 2 cups of cabbage. So instead of 1.5 cups raw rice, I added 1 cup of quinoa and 1 cup of brown rice. And then it calls for a pound of uncooked hamburger. I am actually doubling the hamburger just for added protein. And then it just has the seasonings here, chopped onion, which I do raw onion. I don't do dried onion, basil, garlic powder, and salt. You can use fresh basil, but I am a pesto kind of girl, so sorry, my fresh basil is going only for pesto. And then it calls for the sauce. It's 1 can spaghetti sauce, which is, I'm using this Hunt's variety. 1 28-ounce can of tomatoes. Now, I actually did find one that had basil, garlic, and onion in it. It's just regular diced tomatoes. It's got about like 6 or 7 grams of carbs, but we do have 2 grams of dietary fiber. Anyway, so there's the stats on that. We're also going to use, hello, if I can find it, tomato paste. If I can get it to get clear. There's the stats on that. Sorry, it's not super clear. Just Hunt's tomato paste, Walmart brand. And here is the stats. Hello. On that. I am using garlic and herb. I'm all about some garlic, guys. Garlic is the other seasoning. Okay, perfect. And then I've already pre-chopped my cabbage and I've pre-chopped my onion. Let me grab it. And I've got my iPad in my hand, so bear with me. Now, I had told you guys that I was been really busy. I had a class that I did at our church last night that was for freezer meals because it's something that we really do a lot of. I am literally pouring my 2 cups of chopped cabbage in here, and actually I think I have like 3 cups, but shh, I'm all about some vegetables. Okay, so I'm just going to spread that out on top of my quinoa rice blend. Okay. And then I have a whole bunch of chopped onions. I like to chop a bunch at a time, and I keep it in the fridge for about a week and just use a handful and everything. But that way I'm not crying every single day. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I like onions. My kids like onions. We are not a picky family. Matter of fact, I'm not a short order chef. My kids know it. You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. If you don't want dinner, you can have a peanut butter sandwich and a glass of milk, and that's it, and take your butt to bed. I only make 1 meal, and we don't do picky at our house. So, y'all might, but I'm sorry, not doing it. So, yeah. My kids know it too. So they don't even ask for anything else. Okay, so as I was talking about earlier on the recipe, it does not have specifics because every family is different and you might like more of something. We like things a little spicier and a little more flavorful. So I'm actually just going to put a heavy dosage of everything on here. And when I say a heavy dosage, sorry, my house is dirty. Just sprinkle pretty heavily on here. This is just some garlic. Okay. There's no salt in that. I don't use garlic salt because then I can't regulate my salt. I'm using some basil. This is my mama's basil. Haha, she's going to see this video and be like, you didn't give me back my jar of basil. I used it last night for the Relief Society activity, and she was with me, and it's funny, she picked it up and put it for her stuff, but then it got placed. No, she left it at my house. After she left, she didn't take it with her. So you can see I'm putting quite a heavy dosage on here, because this is your flavor. Sorry. Okay, so we got our basil on there. Basil, whatever. Okay, and then here comes, now this is, like I said, this is Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning. And I don't know if you've ever had it, but it's the Bomb Diggly. Just saying. And I don't put quite as much of this on because this does have sodium in it. And a high amount. Let's look at the stats are. I'm always going the wrong way because I forget which side my camera's on every time. Okay. Yeah, 310 grams per quarter teaspoon. Of sodium. There's nothing else in there but some salt, baby. Well, there's other things in there. It's got some cayenne and chili peppers, and so good. And I'm going to have the camera on here. And right now I have my meat, because we buy in bulk, like I said. I have my hamburger right there in my sink. And like I said, I'm doubling it. It's actually probably more than 2 pounds. It is, yeah, 1.79 pounds. So almost doubling it. Okay. And it's actually almost thawed. Okay. So next you're just going to put the hamburger over it. You're going to crumble the hamburger over it. I'll come back and have that done. And then in another bowl, I'm going to go ahead and open, and through the power of YouTube, I'll be able to have this all done. Isn't that awesome? I'm going to open the tomato paste, the diced tomatoes, the spaghetti sauce, and then add in 2 cups of water. I might actually put maybe 2.5 cups of water. I'd rather have a little more liquid than not enough. And then I have the directions down at the bottom, but it's just so easy. All you do is you combine these things, and then you're just going to pour it over the top, and you're done. So you put the crumbled hamburger on, then you pour all this on top of it, put it in the oven, 350 for about, let me see what it says. It says layer ingredients in number 13 pan in order given. Pour sauce over all, cover with foil, and bake 1 hour. It's that freaking easy, guys. The only thing you really have to cook is your meat. That's it. So I'll be back in a little while to show you what's next, and then I will definitely show you the final results. I'll see you in a few. Okay, guys, through the magic of YouTube, we've already got our pan assembled, and it's just the hamburger on top of the quinoa and brown rice mixture and the cabbage. Okay, now I've gone ahead and I've mixed together everything here in a big old measuring cup, and I'm just going to slowly, oh, and by the way, I did put some Gene Pro in here. Sorry, my daughter just got home from school and she's recording for me. So anyway, so I did put 2 scoops of Gene Pro in here as well as everything else. Now, what I've read online is with the Gene Pro, you can actually cook it and it's okay. You just don't want to get it boiling too much. Or that you don't want to boil it because it changes the chemical makeup or whatever of it. So I'm not doing that. And then you can see I'm just kind of working a little bit with my scraper. Hold that still, please. Thank you. Okay.
That looks so good already, even though it's not even cooked yet.
Wow. So I am just kind of working this sauce down through. This is 2 cups of water. 1 28-ounce can of diced tomatoes, which I did have the garlic and basil ones. You don't have to do that. You can just get plain old diced tomatoes. It doesn't matter. As well as a can of tomato paste, which I did the water and tomato paste first with a whisk. Got it all broken up. And then I slowly added everything else into it. And the reason that you kind of want to make sure this is all blended through is just to make sure that the liquids get down below the meat. I don't want it completely blended through, but kind of. Okay, so we'll be back in a few minutes. I'm getting ready to put this in the oven for an hour. I'll be back and we'll show you the finished product. And we'll do a taste test. Yum! Talk to you guys soon. Bye. Okay, guys, there's the finished product. My daughter has already had seconds. Was it good, sis? It's phenomenal. I've already had a little plate too. I did mix it up a little bit in about halfway through. And as you can see, it looks so good. The cabbage is still a little crispy. You could cook it a little bit longer, but and it's delicious. So
yum.
Give it a try. Unstuffed cabbage casserole, guys. And the mixture of the quinoa and the brown rice, yes. So good. Okay, have a great night. Until next time, let's look up and let go together, guys. Bye. Okay, guys, FYI, I did end up changing the cook time on this just a little bit. I ended up cooking it at 375 degrees for an hour and a half. So I did have to cook it a little bit longer. It is covered with foil. So if you have any questions or any reviews of our recipe, please let me know. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye for now. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up.